Thinking is hard. That's why most people judge.
It's easy to lift a finger. It's much harder to put your head down and look at yourself. Most people choose to judge because it is the shortest way. It does not require effort, introspection, responsibility. But the truth is this: when you learn to think, you stop judging, because you see that every other person's flaw is a mirror of something in you. And then you realize that the only person you need to judge is the one who is looking at you from the mirror. And only then does your real growth begin.
If a man does not understand another person, he will tend to think of him as a fool.
Man is afraid of what he does not understand, and that is why he quickly gives labels, not because the other is stupid, but because his mind does not have the courage to explore the unknown. Each person carries his own world, his own wounds, his own reasons, but we rarely see them. Instead, we choose the easiest way out, rejection, and then one day you realize, no one is a fool. It's just that everyone is imprisoned in their own inner map. And only when you accept that, you start to really understand people.
Knowing the darkness in yourself is the best way to deal with the darkness in others.
There is a place in you that hides everything you have repressed. Fear, anger, weaknesses, old wounds. When you start to get to know that place, something changes. The dark parts of others no longer scare you because they are only echoes of what you have already known in yourself. When you know your own darkness, you don't run away from other people's. You don't judge her. You learn to read her, and you realize that we are all just people trying to balance the light and darkness within us.
The privilege of life is to become who you really are.
The greatest luxury in life is not money, power, or success. The greatest luxury is the freedom to take off all the masks you have worn for years. Because as long as you live according to the expectations of others, you are not you, you are a projection. But one day, quietly, you begin to return to yourself, and you realize that your path is unique, that no one else can walk your steps. That is the privilege of life, to become what has always been waiting in your shadow.
A true meeting does not take place between two persons, but between two consciousnesses.
Some faces we see every day, but we never meet them. There are people who pass by us like shadows, without touch, without depth, and then something rare happens. You meet a person who speaks not only with your voice, but with your consciousness. It's an encounter without masks, without roles, without the need to act. It's recognition. It's when you look at another, but you also see yourself. Such encounters change life.
The smallest thing with meaning is worth more in life than the biggest thing without meaning.
We live in a world that celebrates greatness, great goals, great achievements, great stories. But Jung reminds us of what the heart already knows. Meaning is more important than greatness. Sometimes a small thing, a conversation, a silence, a look, words that touch you, are more valuable than anything grandiose. Because big things can be empty, and small things can change the course of your days. Meaning is a currency that does not lose value.
I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become.
The past shapes you, but it does not define you. People often carry their wounds as an identity, as if they are forever marked by what happened to them. But there is a moment, a silent cut, where you realize you can choose, that you are not the sum of your injuries, but the direction of your decisions. What happened to you is the beginning of the story, not the end. Your next decision is where you become a new man.
Until you turn the unconscious into the conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it destiny.
How many times have you said, "It had to be like that," and maybe it wasn't? Maybe you were just repeating the patterns that lived in you for years, invisible but strong. We don't recognize them, and that's why we call them fate. But once you become aware of your automatisms, traumas, and hidden drives, fate stops being something that happens to you. It becomes something you create. It is the beginning of freedom.
If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else.
This quote is not about appearance, but about perception. Sometimes people think that a beautiful person must be busy, as if value is something that others automatically take for granted. But Jung is actually talking about the wisdom of choice. Sometimes being alone is much smarter than being with anyone. Beauty attracts many, but wisdom repels most. And that's a strength, not a weakness.
When someone mistreats you, answer him with this act. Laugh at him.
When someone hurts you, their behavior speaks about them, not about you. Laughter is not mockery. It is an internal sign that you are not surrendering your power. Because the moment someone else's dark energy colors you, you've lost yourself. It's easy to fight back with anger. The strength is in staying above it. Laughter says, "Your wounds are not mine," and then you are free.
You are what you do, not what you say you will do.
We all have lists of wishes, goals, intentions, but Jung reminds us, your life is not made of promises, but of steps. People often talk about what they will become, but days go by and nothing changes. The truth is very quiet and very simple. You become what you do every day. Identity is found in actions, not words. Everything else is just plans.
He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside wakes up.
The outer world is full of promises, success, images, recognition, goals, but your soul does not live there. She lives inside. When you look from the outside, you run after illusions. When you look inside, you begin to understand your motives, fears, desires. It's an awakening. The moment you stop looking outside for answers, and you begin to discover them in the silence of your inner world.
Become who you are. If something in this touched you, it's because it was already inside you. Continue watching. The next video goes even deeper into the human mind. Thank you.